Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Hello, and welcome back to Previously on Teen TV. I'm Jillian Benani, back with another very special episode as we cover Season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Joining me once again is my husband, who was once reluctant to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and now he loves it. It's Tyler Branch.
Hello, Jillian. Thank you for having me once again.
Welcome back. How are you feeling after I made you get up at 6 a.m. to watch this episode?
I'm sleepy, but I'm going to push through. What dedication you have. You fangirls.
Some people are getting up at 3 a.m., okay? So I thought 6 a.m. was nice. I thought that was being nice. But we had to watch. Those spoilers are out right away, and I do not want to be spoiled at all. So I can't escape them. It's all that's on my timeline is The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's all anyone is talking about.
I could avoid spoilers just fine, but I'm happy to wake up with you and watch it. And what an episode it was. The big brunch, it was a brunch, right?
It might have just been lunch, but I like that we're like, it was brunch. Well, before we get to that epic last 10 minutes brunch part of the episode, we ended last week with Belly and Jeremiah getting engaged. And
boy, did we.
I mean, that was quite the bombshell. And no takebacks. We start the episode. They're still engaged, happy as ever, not a care in the world. We are moving forward with this engagement. We have a ring now.
We do have a ring. It's been a lot to process because you had me binge all these seasons like in a very short period of time to do this podcast with you. So like last week when we were recording, there was like a lot running through my mind. Like I was processing a lot. So it's kind of been nice to like have a week and think about this and just sit with like where we are. And it's still pretty crazy that Jeremiah proposed to her.
What was crazy is we were going through what happened in the last 2 eps, and we were like, the cheating scandal, the slap heard around the world, then Steven's car accident, then they get engaged. Like, that is a lot to happen in just 2 episodes of television. So much is already happening in these first couple episodes. It's kind of crazy.
Like, how much time do you think has passed since the wreck to this brunch?
Well, it does seem like Steven's out of the hospital. He seems to be doing well. He wants to be back at work. He seems pretty recovered. So I do feel like it's been at least a couple weeks because it was a pretty serious accident.
Things have kind of smoothed over. It's not as fresh, the cheating and the breakup.
Right. I wish we could have seen them talk about those things a little bit more. And I'm going to guess we didn't see that because that's not what's happening. They're just in their little blissful bubble. So happy that they can be together again and have just completely moved on from the cheating and the miscommunication about being on a break or not. Like, I would have some questions. I would be like, why did you not think we were on a break? Or no, I would be like,
no, he did think they were on a break.
We were on a break. Yeah.
He thought they were on a break. She thought they weren't. But to then just think you can paper this over, like,
And so I'm sorry, you're papering it over with that. Can you call it a ring?
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute!
That?
What?
What?
That's so mean.
It was just, I mean, it's comically small. Like, I totally get what we're going for. Like, Jeremiah has no money. It's shocking he could even get her this. So I understand that. And, like, there is a cuteness
I guess
to it.
He still can't access the trust fund.
No, clearly not. I mean, Adam's got that under lock and key after he has to repeat another semester of college. But you gotta kind of admit, like, it's a little comically small for television. The camera can barely find it at times.
We've got to reshoot that. We're looking for the light to sparkle on this.
The way they're like trying to zoom in on it, it's like we're really zooming in there to try and find that little speck of a diamond.
I feel bad for Jeremiah on it because, like, I bought a ring for you, and like, I understand the stress that like can be on someone because it's kind of something that like you kind of have to do by yourself and figure out, and like. You know, this was a lot for him to learn about diamonds and cut and clarity and carats and all those C's. And, you know, he did the best he could, Jeremiah. And he seemed to have bought this very quickly. You know, I don't think he had all the time in the world to figure this out. He did the best he could.
I do think he's
working on lifeguard savings, babe. What do you want from him?
I mean, look, he did the best he could. And I will say the scene between the two of them where he shows her the ring, it's a very cute scene. Like, you cannot deny that.
And she's so excited about the ring. Like, she loves it. I mean,
it's very
even if
cute.
maybe in the back of her mind she had imagined something bigger or something, like, it's like she still does seem so genuine in, like, her happiness that, like, he wants to marry her and gave her a ring.
And he seems genuine, too, when he's screaming it outside his bedroom window and shouting it to everyone that he's going to marry Billy Conklin. I thought that was a really cute. Like, he's so proud of it. He can't wait to marry her. He is so excited. And I feel like for a guy to be that excited to be engaged is nice, too. It's nice to see this side of their relationship a little bit more because it was a lot to wrap your head around the first two eps. We have to wrap our head around that they've been together for like 4 years. We have to wrap our head around that.
She reiterated we can't just throw away all these years together just over this one thing.
But we only saw kind of more like
or
flashbacks
2 things twice. But.
Right. We're always going to go back to twice.
Twice.
But we had to wrap our head around them being together for so long, then around this cheating scandal, then around twice. So I think that we haven't really seen them in many just like coupley scenes together other than these like flashbacks. So it was nice to see them really like more come together this episode and be really excited to be together. And we also really saw them support each other in the episode, which I did like too.
I agree, but I do think that, like, I think it was fun because when they get engaged, you do see the excitement of, you know, we are here for the aftermath of their college. So, like, we're getting, like, oh, they were having lots of fun all the time together throughout college. And you kind of get a glimpse of it when this is happening of, like, what these two were like as a couple. They seem like the real, like, life of the party, like, just fun. Yeah. Like happy to be together. But then you do see glimpses, I think, of that fading after the proposal when like the realization of having to tell their parents and driving there and thinking about that. And I just felt like at the brunch, you could really see it on Jeremiah's face of just like kind of the realization of how this is going and what he's doing. Not that he has doubts about it, but it's just like, it's not quite as fun as the fantasy seemed at first.
Well, it doesn't seem like this has been very thought out. You know, they're just kind of in the bliss
How
of it
dare you
all.
accuse Jeremiah of not thinking something all the way through?
I will
That's
say, though,
baloney.
it's a little more thought out than I thought it was going to be, as they were already talking about getting married in August. So I was shocked about that. I'm like, we already
she already asked Taylor to be her maid of honor.
Like, they are already, like, planning this wedding. So I was shocked about that. I'm like, okay, we're moving very quickly. Why are we moving so quickly? Like, what is their rush?
Well,
you know?
I think, you know the rush. Like, I mean, so, like, if you would like, you know, from a guy's perspective, you know I like Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But, like, if I could talk to Jeremiah, I would be like, dude, hold up on this whole getting married to Belly thing. Because in this current situation, she holds all the cards. Like, he is coming back to her desperate after he cheated. Like, this is a situation where she's going to have him locked down under lock and key. Like, if Jeremiah likes seeing his frat bros, I don't see that happening. If he likes hanging out with Redbone, what's his name?
I was just about to say, sorry, Redbird. He's busy.
Redbird ain't seeing him but like twice a year at this point. And if he thinks he's playing video games, that ain't happening. He's going to be watching old movies and counting laps as Belly swims. Like, he ain't leaving her side. And like, I don't know if he knows he's signing up for this. I agree I get he thinks this is going to make it all better. But at what cost, Jeremiah?
So you're saying the rush is that they just want to like move on from this cheating, so they're going to get married.
He wants it to all be okay.
Yeah.
It's all going to be better. Yes, sure. It's going to be. But like, you're not in an equal relationship at this point because you are groveling back to her. She holds all the cards. She has all the power. And yes, she'll marry you, but like, she still doesn't really trust you. And so like, and you are the one who cheated. So like, you're going to have to be there kind of at her side doing whatever she wants. And it's just not quite the partnership that maybe it once was. And I feel like you see it on his face at that brunch. He had some like sad puppy dog eyes, like, because I think he's just like, whatever Belly wants, if she wants to announce it right now, we're announcing right now. And I think that's how things are going to be going in this relationship.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. Well, and I think that
you want to know where they're going to vacation for their anniversary? Cabo, because she ain't letting him forget it. She's going to hold this over his head for years to come.
Oh, my God. I don't think that. I don't think she has this master plan.
I don't think it's a master plan, but you understand what I'm saying about the dynamics being off, and maybe that's not the best time to get married like right after you've cheated.
Well, and I think, too, they're both so worried about losing each other at this point and what that represents. Like, it's not just like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend of 4 years. It's like, this is my family friend, childhood best friend. Our families are completely intertwined. Like, that is a lot to lose. And at this point, I feel like they both feel like they don't have many people.
So you think another aspect of this, it's not just like that getting married will make us forget about the cheating and make everything better and back to the way it was. You think it's also a little bit of like, we are so on the verge of falling apart that we need to get married so that we can hold this whole Cousins Beach thing together.
Yeah. I think that that's really a lot of this. And I mean, who does Jeremiah have at this point? His dad kind of sucks. I mean, oh my God.
Didn't they say Conrad hadn't been back in 2 years?
Yeah. Like, Conrad's not around. Steven is
Connie's
like working
just
this new
Christmas in San Francisco with Sky and his aunt, I guess.
I did like that we got an Aunt Julia reference at least.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that is kind of how he's like staying over there more.
I guess that makes sense because it's like Dad's a little detached. So
Dad is also living in a 1-bedroom apartment. We saw Jeremiah on that air mattress. Like, it's not like he has this welcoming home for the boys to come home to.
So weird. What is going on with his finances?
I feel like that was like a bachelor pad where he is bringing home the executive assistants at that company. I'm sorry,
I think there are going to be multiple marriages this season, not just that. I think there's a decent chance that Dad Fisher ends up remarrying this season. And I bet the girl's going to be maybe 3 years older than Belly.
Yeah, I would guess 25. Definitely not older than 25.
Yeah.
Connie and Jeremiah are getting a new stepsister this season.
I think that seems right for Daddy Fisher.
in his venture capitalist vest, who can only afford a 1-bedroom apartment.
Who knows? Belly's broken up 2 brothers. Break up with the father, too.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, Belly, I don't hate Belly. I like Belly. But Belly is not a teenager anymore. Now that she's like 21, it's like, girl, what are you doing? Like, she came in hot. Like, she said on the car ride they weren't going to announce that they're getting married, going to the
Right.
brunch, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like not the right vibe. Her dad wasn't there, and with
It's
Conrad
also like
being
they're
there,
going to a
and
memorial for
this
Jeremiah's
is about
mom.
Susanna. Yeah, this is about Jeremiah's mother who's dead. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we're there to celebrate. And like, it's kind of crazy you thought about announcing it anyway. But I get their point is they were like, when else is everyone all together? But I knew she was going to announce when you saw that getting ready montage, because when she got ready and came down the stairs and Steven was like, why are you so dressed up? It's like she's got something to say.
But I think she's saying something different.
Oh, what do you think?
She got all ready for Connie baby.
You think she knew
had
Conrad
a
was
feeling
coming?
Conrad was going to go. This is how it is in the books, at least.
I thought she seemed genuinely surprised Conrad was there.
At least in the books, it goes by she just knows Conrad is going to end up being there. And she's like, did I need to shave my legs? Probably not, but I did, like, just in case, like that kind of thing.
Oh.
So
shave my
I
whole
took
body
that
just
scene-
in case situation.
Yeah, which we do, you know?
Yeah. Anytime Connie baby might be coming to the East Coast.
You got to shave those legs, girl. Just in case he gets on that red-eye flight. So I took that scene totally differently than you did.
Oh, interesting. I took it totally as, you know, she's a young girl who, like, she knows she should be there to, like, celebrate Susanna's memorial, but she is really excited about her future and she wants to look really good for photos of, like, imagining, like, look at my ring and we're getting married and all this. And I think it's just very much I took as her being kind of oblivious to other people's reactions that I brought up last week, where I was like, she seems to never know how anyone's about to respond, and it's always crazy. And so she seemed to think this was going to be a big fun day where, like, everyone would, like,
Shower them with
see
love.
her and shower her with love, and they take all these photos, and it'd be such a memorable thing. And I feel like that's why she was getting ready. I really didn't think the Conrad thing.
I mean, you make a good point. Like, and it doesn't necessarily need to be an interpretation of the book. It is just taken, like, directly from the book. So I think that that's why, like, if you're a book person, you're seeing that scene and you're like, oh my God, she's getting all dolled up just in case she might see him. But I see your reasoning behind it. And ultimately, if we're watching it just as a TV show, like, that makes a little more sense.
Okay, and regardless, we can disagree on that part. Do you think if Conrad was not there at the brunch, would she still have announced the marriage, like that they're getting married? Or do you think him being there a little bit put it over the top?
I think maybe it put it over the top a little bit.
Because she did have to see the dad compliment Conrad and say something negative about Jeremiah.
I think it was more the dad complimenting Conrad and then saying negative stuff about Jeremiah, because I think she's getting real tired of everybody comparing the two of them and then, you know, acting like Jeremiah has nothing together and his life is going nowhere. I think she's sick of it. And I think almost she's probably tired in her head about comparing them too. Like, she's just tired of these two being compared at this point. But
I did like, so one thing it was great when that Conrad did show up, because I did think, like, where is this going in this episode a little bit when I was watching. It just felt, at first I was like, are we just kind of reiterating, like, we get it? But, like, Conrad showing up does add such an interesting dynamic, because now he's so disconnected from everyone. So it, like, really kind of shakes things up, because it's like all these people have this connection to Conrad, but are not currently connected to Conrad.
I did find that as one of the more surprising things of the episode, because when we see that interaction between Conrad and Steven, it's like those two have not talked much over the last couple of years. Like, they made that very obvious. And I thought that was kind of surprising.
Steven works at Conrad's dad's firm.
Yeah. Like, it really did show, like, he is so disconnected now from these people. It feels like he talks to Laurel, Laurel checks in and does kind of like the mom thing with Conrad. But other than that, it feels like he's not really talking to many people. It sounds like he checks in with Jer too.
Perhaps
and does
too
his
much.
best with the family.
I don't know. Like, he did date Belly, Laurel. Like, I don't know. It's complicated. Like, I feel like you'd be quite annoyed if your mom was constantly Zooming with, like, your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
and I get she has a different relationship.
Yeah.
This whole thing is a complicated situation. The only person who's reacted normally is, what's her name, Agnes, where she was like, what? What's going on with you weird people?
And Agnes, like, always kind of being the voice of reason with Conrad, I do like.
Did you say you thought she got like the ick from Conrad over all
this? Yeah. She's like, you're still in love with your brother's ex-boyfriend, or you're still in love with your brother's girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend. I'm out. I'm done with this. This is too much for me.
Yeah.
That's like I didn't realize that she was like in love with Conrad either. That was kind of like surprising. I'm like, can anybody just like hook up in this show or like have a casual thing or just have some feelings, not like all this love?
Conrad is so the guy that would like want to keep being like best friends with the girl who was in love with him though.
I know. But I am happy that we're seeing Conrad like with a friend actually. I enjoy their scenes together because
does Conrad have male friends?
Well, I keep going back to when that one guy was like, Conrad, QB tonight. Like, I keep referring to that. That's the one instance we have of it. But I'd love to see him at like a poker night or something. Like, I know. I need to see like
Connie baby, star quarterback. Name one male friend you have.
I know. I wish we could see a little bit more of him like thriving in that way. But I get it. We just like don't have enough time. So they're putting it all on Agnes. But in my head, Connie has a fruitful social life these days. He's doing well. He's thriving in that way. He's just still in love with his ex-girlfriend.
I think it's tough when you see him in these situations because I think it's so obvious that he ran away. Like his mom died. He lost Belly. Difficult relationship with dad for both of the brothers. And it just felt like he wiped his hands of everything and just went to another planet. Like, was just like, I'm totally out of this world. I don't even come back in the summer or for the holidays. Like, I am just done with all this. And then when he comes back, it's interesting because he's changed a little. Like, you know, one thing I thought was interesting is he didn't have a panic attack at brunch or afterwards. Like, he does seem to have worked on himself and changed a little bit and be a little more zen and calm, even though you can, like, see on his face, like, as he's chugging champagne, like, that, like, this is a lot. But, like, it's just tough because these people don't really, I don't know if these people know what to make of the new Conrad.
Well, they're all just so far removed from him, it feels like. Which it feels like he has done on purpose, too. Like, he was like, I have to remove myself from this situation, or I'm not going to be able to, like, survive. Like, even when he's talking to Agnes, and he's like, like, I don't really want to go back. Do I want to open up these wounds? So I am excited, though, for him this season, and as we get to Cousins, I'm ready for him to open up these wounds and for him to like actually deal with this stuff. Because it feels like he's like better in the sense of like less panic attacks, it seems like. And he seems better mentally. And he does seem happier. But there's just a lot of stuff he still needs to deal with.
But he's happier because he's been ignoring all of this. And now it's like right back in his face. So like, do you think at this, look, I know you are Team Conrad, ride or die, but like at this moment in Conrad's life, do you think he's genuinely still in love with Belly, or he's like regrets how it ended? Like, wishes he had another chance with her, wants what he doesn't have? Do you think it's some kind of mix of that? Or do you think he genuinely is like never been in love with anyone but her?
I think he hasn't been in love with anybody but her. I mean, I feel like
the
he's
hold
like maybe
she has on these
dated.
Fisher boys.
I know. I mean, again, what is your secret, girl? Like, tell the rest of us. I want to know. I mean, I think that he just still is in love with her and has not moved on. I do think a lot of it is like he is stuck on like how things ended and that they never even really got much closure. You know, they never really had that like big talk. He never told her how he fully felt. And I think that's part of the problem.
He was going through it. His mom was dying and he was just a mess.
And in the end of season 2, he doesn't tell her how he feels. He never does that. He tells her to like go be with Jeremiah, that he doesn't have feelings for her, which was a complete lie. So I think that that's part of it. He's
which,
never
you know, is a
told her how he
mirror
feels.
to how things ended with her and Jeremiah in season 1 of just like, okay, it wasn't as serious, but he never felt like he got the fair shot or the opportunity because he found out his mom died. And then Conrad, when his mom is actually dying, just falls apart completely, like in their relationship. And so I get that perspective of like he feels like this was the one for me, and I blew it because it's all this.
Yeah, and it's
which
like,
totally makes sense why he wants to be a doctor, to try to make all that better and stop people from dying. Like, I mean, talk to your therapist. Maybe double it up, Conrad.
oh
especially
my
after
God.
especially after the Lil Sis thing. You got to tell the therapist about having to call Belly Lil Sis, because that was rough.
I'm never going to recover from that. That was like horrendous to watch. I mean, that was horrible. Can you imagine? Like, Adam just keeps sticking his foot in his mouth. I could not believe he said
my
that.
God.
So
I made a list of the 5 craziest things that Adam Fisher said in this episode. So first of all, do you think, is he an asshole or an idiot? What is going on with Dad Fisher?
I think the little sis thing was an idiot move. I think that was just like a mistake. Because again, we have to remember Belly and Jeremiah have been dating for like 4 years now. Like, he forgot about Conrad and
I think he
Belly.
forgot too. Okay, let me go through the list real quick.
Yeah.
So the 5 craziest things that Adam Fisher said in episode 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty was, first, he started ordering a ton of stuff and he stole the toast away from Laurel, which I think is just such a bold move when you know you have more money than them.
Yeah. That's really coming into play, the differences of the money of the two of them. And I think that's going to be like a big theme of the season. I mean, we're even seeing it with Taylor and her mom.
Before I keep going, while I'm thinking about that, why did you think Belly ordered the cheaper, like, thing right there? Was it just because she felt bad that her mom was paying?
Yeah,
it
was
she knew her mom didn't have the money for this, and like,
yeah, because Adam ordered the surf and turf, and then Jeremiah did too, and she was like, "My mom is not going to be able to pay for all these surf and turfs."
I mean, that seafood tower looked good though when it
that did. I was like, Laura, why are you offering to pay? Let this venture capitalist pay. Like, this is crazy.
I know. How much is Steven making right now? Steven can
know. Yeah, exactly. So
anyway, so the 5th worst thing he did was ordering all the expensive stuff on the menu. The 4th worst thing he did was immediately saying Belly's clearly pregnant, which was
clearly. He said clearly.
He said to Laurel, he was like, obviously she's pregnant.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, was he looking at her stomach saying?
I don't think
like,
he meant it that way.
It.
I think it's just like, I don't think it's great for the dad to say that.
No.
It would have been better if Laurel said that.
He was just like, there's
about
no
just a
way.
young woman. The 3rd worst thing he said was that parties are not your forte, Laurel. They were Susanna's. When she organized this whole nice day, this garden, this brunch, everything. What a weird shot to take.
Why is he taking shots at Laurel? Like, what's going on with the two of them? Like, I know they never seem to really like get along well, but I was like, this is so rude. This woman has helped like take care of your sons.
I think he hates older women. I think he's dating someone under 30.
Yeah.
But number 2 was calling Jeremiah super senior and then we'll see after he praised Conrad, which I think kind of really set everything in motion at the brunch.
Yeah,
Just
that was
disastrous.
so rude. I mean, that was like crazy.
It's like, it's okay for you to have your problems with Jeremiah over not graduating, but like, don't humiliate him in front of everyone at the table on what's supposed to be a nice day where he's remembering his dead mom.
Also, everybody got praised at that table for something. Like, you're telling me Jer hasn't done like one thing? Like, he's definitely probably done something nice for everybody at that table in like the last few months. So it's crazy that you can't acknowledge that, you know? Like, Jer's a good person at the end of the day. He's made mistakes, but like, he's always the one that was kind of like helping all these, you know, help make breakfast, helped all this stuff. He wrote the speech for Susanna's dedication. Like, you couldn't acknowledge that and say that was good. It was just such a low blow. I did like the addition, though, of that. That's not in the book. In the book, it's Jeremiah that announces that Belly's engaged, or that they're engaged together.
Yeah.
But I liked the switch up.
That she was
'cause it
defending
made
him
sense.
and that it set her off.
And I like it showed how much they support each other. I thought that was nice.
And by far the craziest thing he said in the whole episode was when Conrad is hugging Belly, he said, "Oh, good to see your little sister." And that was the reason that's the worst thing he said, even though some of this other stuff is a little more mean-spirited. The reason that's the worst is because it shows how detached he is as a dad, that he forgot Conrad dated Belly for like 6 to 9 months, and that Belly had been in love with Conrad her whole life. And for him to not know or think of any of that just shows what a like just rough dad this guy is.
I mean, they went to prom together. They were holding hands at Thanksgiving together. Like, they were together over these like family holidays.
Humiliating to say that. Ugh.
It's such a crazy thing. Like, and to be fair, that is taken from the book. And I thought it made a little more sense for the book because I feel like Conrad and Belly's relationship in the book was not like as established. You know, I don't think that they called each other like boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, it just didn't seem as serious. And so then it was just even a bigger hit in the show where it's just like, oh my God, it was just uncomfortable. Like, I was like jaw drop on the floor. Like, what are you doing?
You know who might have liked that little sister comment was Agnes, his friend in California, being like, yeah, why are you hooking up with this girl that has been friends with you brothers your whole life? Maybe stop being so messy. This is so strange.
I kind of hope we get Agnes coming to Cousins Beach. Like, I wonder
She
if she'll
needs to
fly
see
in
it.
at one point. She's going to get fired from that job for sure.
It's a sight to see.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Anyway, that was, yeah,
I
Adam
mean-
Fisher, a real star of this episode of driving all the chaos.
He is officially nominated for one of the worst dads of teen TV. And I'm putting Dan Scott a murderer in that category. So, I mean, it was bad. It was an all-timer.
All-timer.
Okay, going back to the big reveal when Belly announces they're going to get married. And not just like get married, like being like, we're getting married in a few months. I mean, everyone's reaction.
She asked Taylor to be her maid of honor. She's like, why? She's clearly like, things are moving. Like, this is imminent.
I mean, the wedding scrapbook was brought out. That's big.
Yeah.
If that thing's being brought out, things are happening. I mean, everyone's reactions around that table. Like, the whole episode, the whole episode really led up to these, like, the last 10 minutes at this brunch.
I kind of like that about this episode. It felt like a Succession episode.
Because the other parts of the episode are a little more just like casual, slower moving compared to what we had. And then you get to this amazing table scene that everybody is in and everyone's reactions. I mean, Connie disassociates. Like, I think he fully leaves his body. They
His
really
facial
should have told him
expressions-
separately.
His facial expressions are unbelievable in that entire scene.
It's so good. And then Laurel just gets angry. Like, she is pissed.
Steven asks Conrad, "Did you know?" And
No. I mean, his no was
I didn't.
like,
I didn't think he was even going to be able to speak.
I know. It was a good reaction because it wasn't like it was genuine, just shock. Like he was on another planet. Like he was not at that table anymore.
He's super regretting coming to this.
Yeah. And then when everybody goes to leave, like Laurel really does start to treat Belly like a child a little bit. She's like, "Come on, Belly, we're not going back to the house. We're going home." And it is like, okay, Belly is 20 years old. I'm not saying she should be getting married at all. Like, absolutely not. But she is an adult. And if she wants to stay at the beach house with her boyfriend, I think she should be able to. Like the way that Laurel was literally dragging Belly away from Jeremiah, like pulling her away.
I feel like after this, that was the most trouble they've ever been in on this show. I was like, Belly disappeared for what seemed like weeks when she was in high school, and Laurel had no control over her, and all of a sudden she's dragging her out of there.
I mean, Belly had like 7 margaritas and like ruined the 4th of July, and things were totally fine. And Laurel is losing it at this engagement, which I totally get. Like, I get that Laurel is like, this is not what I want for you. I want you to like study abroad in Paris. I don't want you to follow around this guy who is having to stay another semester at school and doesn't really seem to know what he wants. I get Laurel's fear. But I just thought it was so interesting the way she was literally like dragging Belly away. And it's like, Laurel, I don't know also if you're handling this the best way. Like, let's all sit down and talk about this. Like, ask why you're doing this. Ask why August. And more get into that.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Like that ending scene where they're all leaving is like chaos. And then poor Conrad literally took a red eye across the country. And I feel like everybody just forgot he was there. Like no one cared anymore. He's probably like, this is why I didn't come back.
That ending shot of him all alone coming out there standing is just brutal. Of just, he's not even in, he's so out of the picture right now that he's just completely alone.
And I wonder where we go from here. I feel like I'm hoping next up we get back to Cousins Beach. I need them in this beach house. So
I've got
I'm
to
hoping
say, Conrad might need to fire his therapist, because when that guy was like, envision this day and how it's going to go, let me tell you, therapist, it went a lot worse than what you could have imagined.
it literally went the worst it could have gone. I hope he calls that therapist at one point. He's going to need some love and support.
That therapist is like, oh yeah, that's how the day is going to be. It's going to be so nice and everyone will be there and supportive. And it's like, no, you're going to be stuck alone after you find out your lifelong love is marrying your brother. That's how it's going to be. Just like, worst case scenario.
Literally worst case. No, worst case would have been she's pregnant. That would have been worst case scenario.
True. So, you know what it reminded me of, seeing Conrad stand there, was a great 90s movie we love, My Best Friend's Wedding, where Julia Roberts is talking to her friend, and he's like, so he's chasing Cameron Diaz, and you're chasing him, but who's chasing you? And it's no one's chasing you, and you're kind of left there to think about this. And it's a tough spot to be in, to realize like things are in motion that maybe you can't control, of like losing your love in that way. And it's tough. I kind of hope maybe we recreate some of My Best Friend's Wedding. I'd like to see Conrad sabotage a wedding. Maybe shoot a firework into it like Jeremiah did.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Somebody's got to put a stop to this. Like,
no, that would be a full villain turn, babe. That was a joke.
Not in my eyes. That's a hero right there. Somebody's got to stop this wedding. And that is such a good point, though. No one was chasing him, which makes me like really sad about that, too. Like, I just want like, I just want Conrad to be okay. You know, that's what we all want.
Yeah. Anything else in that you want to talk about?
I do want to touch on Taylor for 1 second. And
Oh,
just
yeah. Her
say,
mom's like business also. That was like, I was like, what's going on at the salon that they're hemorrhaging cash? Like, do they have a leak? Like, what's going on?
we really got a lot of Taylor's mom this episode. And I was like, is this salon going to be a storyline of the season? But I feel like it's going to play into the money trouble thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, I think
like it's
money,
all part of money.
I think money is going to be like a big theme here. And that like the Fishers haven't, or the Fishers have money. And
Despite the ring.
Laurel and the Conklins do not have as much money. Because even Steven was saying to his dad, like, you know, oh, you make a professor's salary. Like, these people are making, like, da-da-da-da. Like, they're really putting it in kind of to every storyline. And I feel like that's why they're, like, playing it up with, like, Taylor's mom, too. Like, it's all going to kind of play a part in this, like, the have and the have-nots. And how is that going to play into kind of, like, who you end up with?
No, I mean, that's an interesting part of this. But they also kind of show the boys being removed from the money. And they have this whole show of where, like, he wouldn't let them buy the house or access the trust. And, like, you know, they even show Jeremiah in this, like, sleeping on an air mattress or whatever he was doing. And, like,
I think the problem is they haven't had to think about it before, though. Like, that's
a good point.
The thing. Like, Belly is thinking about it, even with ordering the soup.
I mean, Steven super thinks about it. He's kind of the voice of this in the show because he's like, I'm coming from not having a lot to now I'm a venture capitalist and want to have a lot. And like, this is driving me. Where like when he was talking to Conrad, it was almost like Conrad was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even think about this stuff of like needing and having to strive for this.
Like, I don't think the boys are necessarily, like, obsessed with money or material things, but it's more just, like, it's never something they had to think about.
Which is easy to say when you have everything, yeah.
Exactly. So I definitely think, like, that's why that was brought up. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Taylor's mom is going to get with Adam Fisher. Maybe that's what's going to happen. We're just going to make this an even more tangled web.
Whoever can save the salon.
Yeah. Oh my God, the salon. But Taylor is such a good friend. Like, I like that her and Belly were going to breakfast to talk about Taylor's problems with Steven. And then Belly ends up telling her she's engaged. And Taylor has the best reaction. She's all of us in that moment of like, what? Why? Thinking she's pregnant. Everyone thinks she's pregnant. I feel like she was so funny in that scene, too, and we kind of need some of that levity in part of this, and I love that she brings that to the show. And then I just did like that she came around and was like, I'll support you. You know, I'm your friend. I want to be there for you. She's really doing the let them theory of just, you got to let them be. You got to let them make their decisions.
Steven and Taylor are both pretty chill, because I got to say, like, even at this brunch, it does feel like maybe Steven's terrible car wreck could be the second topic behind Susanna. And instead, no, Belly really stole the show.
I was like, are they being a little selfish of like that Steven just went through this major traumatic life event and we're not even talking about it?
Whatever.
Like, what's the point of having that happen to you if you're not the center of attention afterwards?
That's a good point.
Yeah, but Belly just doesn't.
Belly's gonna belly.
Yeah, Belly's gonna belly. That's so true. Maybe our girl will become a little more self-aware this season. That's my hope for her.
Maybe in Paris.
All right, what do you think we're gonna see next episode?
Oh man, next ep.
You hate making a prediction.
I hate making a prediction.
I know. Well, we don't get a trailer. We don't get a like next week on The Summer I Turned Pretty. So it is kind of hard to predict. I think we got to be back at that beach house at this point. I need everybody there. You know?
Yeah, so like Conrad, I guess, is going back to that beach house now and going to be there with Jeremiah.
Well, I'm wondering if we're going to get
Dad's going to go off with his girlfriend or wherever and leave him.
I wonder if we're going to get
They haven't even said he has a girlfriend. I just assumed
we have it in our heads that Adam is
dating a 25-year-old.
Yes. And I think that is a big prediction and is right. And I think Adam's going to say, you can't get married because I'm getting married.
My prediction is at some point this season, I think maybe Steven will propose to Taylor too, and his ring will be a lot bigger.
Oh my God, that would be so crazy.
That VC money.
No, I can't. I can't with that.
Everyone's
I can't with
getting
any more
married.
proposals.
Summer, everyone got married.
Can we just get through college? Who wants to get married in college? Like, it's not
Steven's
a good
out
time.
of college, isn't he?
Yeah, he can get married, I feel like. I would be fine with that. All right, well, before we go, we got to do your Tyler's takes, where you hit us with some of your hot takes for the episode.
Oh, yeah. Let me open my notes app. All right. Here are the things I wrote down there in the app. Okay. What cost more, the bill at brunch or the ring?
The bill at brunch. That seafood tower. That seafood tower was probably $150 at least. And then the surf and turf was like 70 something.
Yeah, it was like 75.
I mean, did you notice that Conrad ordered the cheapest meal on the menu with the salmon?
The salmon? What a sweetheart.
I know. It's so sweet.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Well, in fairness, Laurel, I think, ended up canceling the order. I think they only had to pay for the
Yeah, Laura was like, I'm not
seafood
paying
tower.
for this. Thanks for the out, Belly.
Do you think Conrad knows about Cabo?
No, he doesn't.
You don't think that that's going to be a reveal that we have any idea that he knows?
I don't think he knows about it. I think he's going to find out about it.
Okay.
And it's not going to be
Sounds like a
good.
prediction.
It's not going to be good.
How many times do you think Jeremiah misplaced that ring before he gave it to her? I love Jeremiah, but I feel like he was like waking up in a cold sweat being like, wait, where's the ring? Where'd I put that?
Well, it's so hard to find. It's so little. You can easily lose
Oh,
that thing.
my God. Brutal.
But yeah, I think it's been in his pocket, in a drawer, in a sock, all over the place.
Don't you think Conrad's kind of a dick for surprising everyone and not helping his brother with the speech if he was going to be there?
Yeah, it feels like you should send a text. I wouldn't say he's like a dick, but I would be like,
I know you wouldn't say that, but I did.
Well, I think, though, there's reasoning behind it. I think he didn't want to tell anyone so he could back out at the last second if he wanted to. I mean, this is like his biggest fear. Like going back there in front of all them. It's also like embarrassing. And then your dad is calling your ex-girlfriend little sis. That like, there's a lot of emotions there.
You're pleading anxiety for Conrad.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Well, we know he has it.
Well, he left Jeremiah hanging and he had to write that speech. What do you think the chances are ChatGPT helped Jeremiah with that speech?
I would say maybe about 50%. I do think that Jeremiah, there's such a sweet, soft side to him that I do think he would do a good job talking about his mom and writing about it. Like, he's not somebody who has like suppressed all of his, I mean, I think he suppressed a lot of his sadness, but I feel like he was somebody who could really like talk about his mom well.
I
and
kind
what
of agree
he
with
loved
you. I was
about
going to
her.
say, I think Jeremiah used ChatGPT for every paper his senior year of college, but I think that speech he actually wrote.
Yeah, and I thought it was sweet. Maybe people should have told him that, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I have a hot take.
Oh, hot take. Coming in hot.
I think Jeremiah has his shit more together than Conrad. As crazy as that is, and as much as the dad doesn't see that and the adults don't see that, I think that Jeremiah knows who he is a little bit, knows he's kind of a fun-loving, little bit of a screw-up, but like I think that will get him in life. I could see him being kind of a salesman and being a social person who maybe like just people like and like goes with the flow and doesn't put too much pressure on like himself and career and like knows who he loves and wants to be with it. Like I just think that like Conrad, as much as he like graduated Stanford and like is on track to be a doctor, I don't think he has any clue what makes him happy.
Well, Belly makes him happy. But I do agree with you on this. I think everybody really underestimates Jeremiah and his ability. Like his personality and people liking him and him being outgoing will take him very far in life. And
Jeremiah has his stuff together enough that he knew he wanted to be with Belly, that he was willing to like get a ring and ask her to marry him. Like he's trying to take charge of things in his life.
I mean, I think he's taking charge of the wrong things. I think his focus is like completely off. But I do think that he's still young and everyone is so mad that like he doesn't have it all figured out yet. And I think that's crazy when I feel like he is doing well in a lot of areas in life. He seems to have a lot of friends. People like him. He's very sociable. Like, I feel like he's probably like maybe president of the frat, like, or something, or would be. Like, it just does feel like he does have a lot going for him. And it kind of sucks how everyone in his life just doesn't believe in him at all. Like he would definitely be somebody who like would have a great career in like marketing or sales or something like that. Like he is not a failure at all. But the problem is that no one believes in him. So he does keep failing right now because he doesn't have that support, I feel like.
And my last one, what do you think Belly's Instagram post to announce her engagement will be?
I don't think she's going to show the ring. I think it's going to be like the ring is going to be as far away like as can be, you know, like it's not going to be like this. It's going to be like, you know, a little on the shoulder or something. I think it will be like a cute laughing photo, you know, maybe she's on Jeremiah's back or something like that. Like
I think she'll do
like
a little
holding him.
I think she'll do a little carousel with kid photos of like
oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, kid photo today. Yeah.
I mean, I don't support this engagement, but I'm like, that would be a cute announcement.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
Conrad will probably be in the photo as a kid.
Well, and then don't you think people might comment, like, didn't she date his brother in high school? Didn't she bring him to prom?
Block.
Yeah, yeah. That's a tough one in the comments for Belly.
Well,
Those
it
were
was
fun.
a fun app overall. I really enjoyed the brunch. I love a scene like that where everyone gets together and gets to really air out the drama.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. I did see something on
I don't
the
know if I
internet.
get up at 6 a.m. every week for it, but it was fun.
You love it. You love getting up at 6 a.m. We got to get up at 6. We gotta watch this with the people, okay? Maybe the finale we'll do at 3 a.m. We don't know. I
didn't know being a fangirl was so much work.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into this, okay? All right, we need you. I'm
dedicated. I'm here. I'm showing
He's
up.
dedicated, people. He's getting up early. We're not early morning people, so this is big for us. You know we care. I was going to say I saw like stuff online of like Succession and Game of Thrones wishes they had this type of family drama that The Summer I Turned Pretty is bringing. And I gotta say, I agree with that. And this episode definitely showed that we really got into the family drama of all this, which was a lot of fun. So I'm ready for next week. Be sure to check back next week for our episode following episode 4. And you can follow us on social on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at previously_on_teen TV. You can also buy some of our The Summer I Turned Pretty merch on Etsy. Our Etsy store is Previously on Teen TV.
Some good looking merch.
Buy that merch, people. And thanks for listening.
Bye.